Hello everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all doing really well today. Right now I'm going to be sharing with you the latest edition of FibreMood. So it's FibreMood 34. There's a gorgeous selection of patterns to choose from today. So we have skirts, shorts, dresses. There really is a beautiful selection to take you right through summer, and of course it has that wonderful FibreMood styling. So you can check out the images and decide if you'd like to copy these pieces or maybe create something of your own. Of course, here at Minerva we have the magazine, the fabrics, the notions and everything you need to get started. So you can have a look at the Minerva Craft Club if you'd like to get 10% off all your orders today and for the rest of the year when you've chosen what you'd like to make. And I'll also explain how to use our search bar so that you can get that perfect fabric that you're looking for. So let's jump straight in and begin with the first pattern today. So this one is called Azure, and it is a wonderful sort of slip dress or cami. So you can wear it as either depending on your preferences. So make it as a cute little top if you'd like to pair it with your jeans and your skirts for the summer days, or maybe make that beautiful slip for a night out. So as you can see from the line drawings and the images, it has a wonderful deep V. It has a low cut back with these little straps, and they actually tie at the back as well. So that's a really pretty design feature. I would put this at a moderately easy pattern to make because it's quite simple shapes. And the main sort of difficulty is making those little thin straps, I think, anyway. Now the sizing is 4 to 32. And we can really change up the look depending on what fabrics we choose. Now, why not go for a lovely bold print in a viscose chalet? Maybe choose one of our Minerva exclusives for this for a night out. Also, a beautiful chamoose would work really well for a special look. If you're looking to make the cami for day wear, maybe a seersucker or a dobby would work really well to go with your shorts and your mini skirts. A really beautiful first pattern to start you off for the summer. Next up we have this perfect little summer top. So this has some really pretty details. It fits snug around the bust and then fans out to a peplum at the bottom. So it does this with this pleating detail. So this is the slightly trickier part on this particular pattern. So it is 3 out of 5 stars in difficulty. It has these adjustable straps. Again, we have a V at the front and it goes straight across at the back. So I think this one is perfect for day wear, maybe going to the beach, but with that little bit of a design feature. If you want to dress it up again in the evening, your choice of fabrics will affect this. We can go for something like a satin or a poplin to keep those pleats and have it retaining that structure, or maybe go for something like a satin crepe or something a little bit more flowy if you'd like a more relaxed feel. So a viscose crepe or a viscose satin would be a little softer in appearance for this one. Now, of course, if you take a look at the images, you can see it's styled with a t-shirt underneath. So this might be a look that you want to recreate. But of course you can adjust those straps to bring up that V, and this can be worn on its own also. I think it'd work well with jackets and more formal skirts as well to take you through your everyday wear. A really pretty little top, and I love that design feature of the pleats. Now, if you're looking for a play suit, here we have the Liberty. Now this one is really pretty. It has an oversized fit, a button placket, collar, inseam pockets, and we have 2 rows of decorative top stitching. Now the sizing is XS to XXXL, so there's a good size range there. I think it's really stylish looking, and again you can make it more formal by going for something plain and subdued, or go for one of those wild and bright holiday prints to take it on holiday with you. I also feel this is one that you could change up the sleeves on with a little bit of adjustment, not too much, and it would be a completely different look. So just something to think about there if you're into a bit of pattern hacking. So you can create lots of different looks with this one jumpsuit, and of course it can look really formal and stylish or really playful for the beach. So if you look at the styling options, it looks really elegant. Now with regards to fabrics for this one, we're looking at something with a little bit of structure. So a twill, a poplin, a fine corduroy, or maybe a linen. Fabrics with more drape would not work so well because they don't hold the details quite sufficiently. I think you'll have fun making this one, and it's a perfect piece for your holiday wardrobe. Now for that perfect summer shirt or shirt dress, we have the Marley. Now this one can be worn as a shirt of different lengths, either cropped or full length, or make it as a dress. It has a button down front and classic collar stand, and we have armholes finished with bias tape. To the back of the shirt there is a double yoke feature. So it has all those classic design elements. It is only 2 out of 5 star rating, so a pretty easy make. Most people would be able to have a go at this if you're not afraid of buttons and buttonholes. The collar is also pretty straightforward. Now, because of the nature of this, with it being a shirt or shirt dress, structured fabrics work better, so go for something like a cotton, a linen or a poplin. But if you wanted something with more drape, a seersucker or a lighter fabric such as that would also work, but just bear in mind you get more of a drapey finish on this one. Sizing is XS to XXL, so again that's 4 up to 32. I think this is just a classic look and perfect for your wardrobe in one of your staple neutral colours. Now this next pattern, the Mirie, is a beautiful dress for your capsule wardrobe. So it has an A-line style, beautiful top stitched inseam pockets, short sleeves, and the neckline is finished with a bias tape. It has really simple styling details, so it's perfect for a beginner. It is only 1 star out of difficulty. And of course, again, your fabric choices will depend on whether this is a wow piece or something really simple for the daytime. Sizing is XS to XXL. This would sew up beautifully in a poplin, a denim, a linen, or maybe a chambray. The perfect one to get you started if you're just beginning on your sewing journey. You can make this in a few different colours to take you through summer. A really lovely, simple dress. Here we have the Muriel Dress. This one is really something special. So here we have a fitted midi dress. This particular dress has this gorgeous gathering or ruching which snakes across the bust, down the front of the body to the slits. And it does this with a bias tape which is stitched to the wrong side and then gathered. So it's gathered to create that ruching effect, tied at the bottom, and we have that lovely split detail. So it's really pretty, something really different. There is also a concealed zip at the back of the dress. The armholes and the neckline are finished with a facing. So this is a 3 star out of 5 for difficulty, I think mainly because of the ruching details and of course that concealed zip. Perfect for a party, when you want to make a bit of an entrance. Choose a bold, beautiful fabric, or maybe something soft and summery just to take you through the daytime. So the sizing again is 4 to 32 or XS to XXL. So again, you could use a poplin, a linen, a twill, or maybe a double gauze. I will link a couple of the fabrics here for you to check out. And of course, if you're looking at any of these images and want to find something that looks just like them, you can have a look at our search bar. I will put a little image in just here so that you can see. Now what we do, we need to check each of the boxes. So we check the colour, the fabric type, and if you're looking for a particular print or design, you can also check out the options here as well. So if you're looking for spots, stripes, or a particular theme, flowers or nature, or maybe even wildlife, you can tick all of those and it will filter down the choices and only bring up the ones you need. So it's a brilliant way to find that perfect fabric. So I use this a lot when I'm looking for fabrics for myself. A beautiful dress, and I think one that will really get people talking. Now if you need some little tops to go with your shorts for your beach holiday or your summer days, the Nanaka may be the one for you. So this one has a beautiful shape in that it has this fabulous balloon hem. So this sort of hem is really on trend at the moment. We have beautiful adjustable straps. And to keep that balloon hem in place, we have a jersey lining. So this is also a really lovely feature to keep it comfortable, and also if you'd like to go without underwear in the summer months or maybe down to the beach. That gives you that extra bit of security. Again, it's XS to XXL, so 4 up to 32. And it's a really comfortable, relaxed looking fit. I think it'll be perfect to just pop in your suitcase made in a few different colours for your holidays. A great one for those summer days. So fabrics, you want to go for a cotton poplin, maybe a taffeta. Do bear in mind that you'll have that jersey lining on the inside. If you'd like to go for something like a viscose crepe or a viscose satin, a chamouse or something like that, bear in mind that you won't get such a statement with the balloon hem as you would with a more structured fabric. So that's the main thing to watch out for when you're making your fabric choices. In need of the perfect mini skirt, well, here we have the Rosemary. It's really pretty. It has a slight A-line shape. There is a zip to the back. Now the zip, you can go for a regular closed-end zip on a thicker fabric and go for a concealed zip on a thinner fabric. Now I love the way that they've played with texture on this particular styling in the images, and I will share a few textured fabrics that you might wish to use on this one. Now it does say to go for something with a little bit of structure, so a twill or a denim, something along those lines. But if you use a thinner fabric, do be aware that you won't get the same effect. So it will sit more drapey and the A-line will not be as pronounced on the skirt. So just a few things to bear in mind when you're choosing your fabric details. Now again, it is XS to XXL, so 4 to 32. And this one is a pretty straightforward make. So we have the darts front and back and that faced waistline. So it's really easy. Perfect skirt for summer days. If you need some smart wear, next we have the Solaris. So this is a fitted sleeveless jacket, or maybe you'd refer to it as a waistcoat or vest. So here we can see it buttons down. We have welt pockets. It fits lovely through the bust and waist and then flares out slightly towards the hip. So it has a lovely shape to it with those princess seams. So a little bit more difficult, this one, a 3-star out of 5. Again, we have that sizing, 4 through to 32 or XS to XXL. And I think this one is just really stylish. I'm going to pop in some fabric choices that I've seen if you'd like to recreate this look. This is one that could take you through your summer workwear, or maybe if you just like it for more sort of smart casual days. It's really pretty, cool, easy to wear, and would go with all your separates. With regards to fabrics, why not go for a polycotton, a linen, a denim, or maybe a gabardine. For cooler months, you could try out a fine corduroy. Next, for a gorgeous summer dress. So the sous vide has this beautiful asymmetrical detail with this tie to the side. So the ties are incorporated into the front and back panels. We have a sleeve that sits just above the elbow, a round neckline finished with a facing, and a back vent so that you can move easily. So I think this is a really stylish dress, but also quite simple. So it's only 2 stars in difficulty. So if you're looking to challenge yourself a little and you're a beginner sewer, this might be one for you to have a go at and give a really polished finished product. Sizing is 4 to 32 or XS to XXL. And for fabrics, maybe go for a crepe, a satin, a linen, a twill, maybe a jacquard. Stiffer fabrics like poplin or a medium weight knit also work really well too. Now we can't have summer without a lovely pair of shorts, so here we have the Tasha shorts. These are beautiful and simple, only 2 stars out of 5 in difficulty, and we have a lovely elasticated waist with a drawstring and inseam pockets. So really simple, but perfect if you want them for day wear, or maybe you'd like them for pyjamas or a cord set. You can pair them up with our next pattern and that will give you that perfect little set. So I think these are really simple, but also really eye-catching. Fabrics we can go for a linen, a broderie anglaise, a satin, maybe a seersucker, a double gauze. It all depends on what you're making these for. So if you're making them for daytime, you might like something with a bit more body, a bit more weight. Choose softer, more comfortable fabrics if you're making this as a cord pyjama set. So things to bear in mind. And if you're looking for comfort, you want soft, floaty, easy to move around with in bed. And for the daytime, you might want to make sure that the fabric is not too see-through. So this might affect your fabric choices. With the sizing of 4 to 32, again, it is really size inclusive, and we also have that pretty top stitching detail on the waistband. Finally, we have this relaxed blouse, the Tesney. So this would pair beautifully with our last pattern to make that little matching set if that's what you're looking for. So we have a button down front, 3/4 sleeve, a rounded hem and a collar. So it's that classic relaxed shirt look. But again, you could smarten it up, dress it down, or even wear it for bed. So lots of options. It has 2 out of 5 stars, so it's really simple, easy to make. Think about your fabric choices, again, with regards to what you'd like to wear this for. Sizing is 4 to 32, so it's really size inclusive, and it will give a really comfy casual look. I like the look in the images right here. This looks really dressed up or smart for a summer's day. But use something like a double gauze or a dobby and it would make a beautiful nightwear set. I also think this would work really well in a chambray or a seersucker. So that's all of the patterns. I'm sure you found something that you love. Don't forget to check out all of our fabrics and notions. Use that toolbar, remember. You can pick exactly what you need and go for the perfect look by just making a few checks in those boxes, and all the fabrics will come up and you'll be spoilt for choice. Don't forget to take a look at the Minerva Craft Club if you'd like to get 10% off your orders today and for a whole year. And of course, create a free account with us to join our wonderful online sewing community. It's a great place to gain some inspiration and share your makes with like-minded people. That's all from me for today, but I hope to be back soon with more sewing inspiration for you. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye for now.